So, every now and then, I am lucky enough to introduce one of the best bands of all time, KoRn, Head and Monkey. Join us. No pressure, lads. Monkey, I've got to start off with yourself. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling better.
Glad to hear it.
I'm not 100%, but it's not going to stop me from rocking tonight.
Is that testament to how much fun you've had being out again? Like, I know we've spoken to so many musicians.
Am I in danger to get COVID being this close to him?
No, I'm negative, bro.
Make sure you just kiss him on the mouth and everything will be okay.
Get that over with.
Everyone's what? I mean, it's life. Balls. You know, you have to just spread it.
Indeed.
I should have said that.
What is he going on about? So
I should never open my mouth. Is what should happen.
Yes.
That's why I'm all the way over here. Yeah.
So I've got to ask a little bit about the Nothing. Your album just celebrated 2 years, and it's so weird because it still feels fresh because your album cycle touring got cut off halfway through by everything that's happened. Does the Nothing still feel new to you guys on stage?
Yeah, the songs still feel new. We didn't have a chance to really go out and tour it, so
that's it.
You know,
that's it.
We're happy that the world is semi back to normal to get to do that. So yeah, I mean it's fun. What do you think?
It hit our album cycle right in the middle.
Yeah,
actually right in the beginning. It was probably
kicked it right in the balls.
Yep.
Right in the
So
balls.
That's balls.
Right in the Josh balls. There we go.
So it's just like, you know, you deal with it.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
So yeah, it's just very weird, but the songs feel new.
That's it.
But you know, at least we got this tour to play some, and then we're gonna move on and see what happens next. But yeah, it's still fun, dude. We're out touring.
I love your approach to fucking just show must fucking go on. It was so refreshing to see, like, to battle through, because it's just something new and something that no one knows what's going on, but like to see you guys still giving it all to fucking everybody showing up is so fucking awesome, and not giving up and just being like, even with obstacles, just like, all right, we're fucking gonna do it. And it's so cool, and it's like no other band but KoRn would be like,
It's refreshing.
fuck yes. You know what I mean?
Plow on.
Can't stop us.
You can't really stop us. It's been sort of our, you know, even when we were doing small clubs in like 95 and 96, because the clubs and the crowds would go absolute fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes the fire alarms would go off, and we always told each other before we started our set, don't stop. Whatever you do, just keep playing, even if it's one guy still up there and everybody else has left the building because they physically can't perform. Just keep playing, and I think we've kind of carried that through our whole career.
I love that DNA just can't die when you're in that zone and you get yourself into that zone.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you two actually about. I've spoken a lot about the way that your guitars intertwine with one another. And when you came back to the band Head, it was so obvious that things snapped into place straight away for you two, particularly when it comes to filling in each other's spaces, like the vibe that you two bring. Would you say that vibe, because it was straight in the pocket from the beginning, has that changed in any way since then? Has that strengthened? Like, how would you describe that dynamic and how it's evolved this time out?
Over the years, or
particularly over since you came back to the band. Like, how would you describe the way that you intertwine with one
I think
another?
he's asking.
Space for a leave.
Have you heard about me and you? How we go back and forth?
Yeah.
You know, it's how was it coming when I came back to the band? So I would say it was, the first record was us getting like a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was everybody getting used to each other again. And then when we worked with Nick Raskolinix on Serenity of Suffering.
Thank you.
That was that's when we started like really bouncing off, and now it's really flowing well. And it was every record, even the record Paradigm Shift, when I came back, it was fun.
Straight in.
But you know, I think they still had the KoRn was still doing electronic things, so we didn't know what direction we're going to do on that record. And then Serenity of Suffering was like, okay, it's gonna be guitar heavy record, and me and him just locked. So it was awesome. But it's really good. It's natural. I've known it since we were 14. I met him in 9th grade. So it's like.
Do you remember the first conversation that you ever had?
Do you have any weed?
To divert the weed conversation.
I was actually going to ask, do you have any weed?
A little bit.
To be completely honest, like music aside, I feel like you guys are like visually icons. I mean, like you guys, your style as musicians, clothing-wise, is over fucking years and years and years has been so grabbed onto. Were you guys just wearing shit, or you guys think about what you were wearing?
We were.
That's a great question.
Yeah, we wanted to sort of, I guess, confuse people.
I like that.
Because when we started, we knew we had something different musically, but it's like we're gonna look like everybody else, and what are we gonna do to stand out? And we sort of brought this whole influence of our hip hop culture into like the way we dress, and it's like, and people would see us. I remember hip hop guys seeing us outside of clubs, being like, "What is going on with you guys? Are metal band, white kids from suburbia with dreads, angry as hell. Like, what is this? Like, they couldn't really put us in a box."
Of course.
But you're not white.
Well, I know, but
Half of our band isn't white.
I'm milk chocolatey.
But check it out. So, but it was weird because you had like a hip hop fieldy, and then you had a weirdo with tape on his mouth with a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
You know, it was the first. Him and John were doing the jumpsuits in the beginning, so it wasn't like a one thing. It was like people had different characters. And
I stole it from Mr. Bungle.
yeah,
There you go. Honesty's the best policy.
We saw Mr. Bungle in 1992 in Anaheim, and that fucking changed my life.
I bet.
I was like, oh my God.
Did you go to Northern California to that show with me too?
Yeah.
They came out on stage, and it was all feedback. And I literally, 10, 15 minutes with feedback. They just stood there.
Just standing there.
And I was
They
like,
were just standing there. We're like,
that's
what the
cool.
fuck is
it
happening?
was like the jokes was old after like 7 minutes.
Yep. Nope. Performance art. Let's go.
Right.
So something that, to pick up on what you were saying about image, Bobby, I'm going to bring you in a minute on this. Something that I find fascinating is I still go out to clubs and stuff, and when I look at the Nothing, and you have a really dark, sinister goth aesthetic, when you were talking about how you dressed in 94, 95, it was right for clubs then. What's mad to me is that in 2021, what you're doing visually and that aesthetic is still right. Have you always felt cutting edge when it comes to image? Because that was a good shout, Balls.
Hey, that's
How
what Amy
we
Big Bucks.
dress and stuff.
How you dress, how you do your album art, like everything is so involved and everything always feels cutting edge. Do you feel that as well?
I mean, I think we've had ebbs and flows, I think, but right now we got a great team. And you know, it's like, it's not only us, it's management, it's labels, it's everybody working together.
Love it.
To get, you know, where we are lacking in maybe some department, somebody steps up and kills it. So
Love it.
It's crazy to see a KoRn shirt selling for like $500 on the internet.
It's wild.
And I'm the guy that buys
And
it.
Bobby buys them.
I wanted to bring
That's true.
I wanted to bring Bobby in actually because Bobby started Blackcraft alongside Jim Summers, and you would have been influenced by KoRn's imagery
kidding?
fucking massively,
Dude,
right?
KoRn's one of the biggest influences in my life.
I
Of
love
course.
it.
Yeah, of course. I was actually peeping out the merch tent. The Still a Freak shirt's my favorite thing that you guys have right now.
The Still a Freak shirt.
The Still a Freak shirt.
Still a freak, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're
that
everywhere.
thing is so, like, Hot Topic keeps ordering.
Dude, it's
ordering
genius.
that thing.
It's genius.
I'm not
That was,
surprised.
whose idea was that? The Still a Freak, do you know?
I don't remember.
Say it was yours.
Say it was yours.
Take,
Yeah.
take the credit. And the reason that I've asked all of this stuff about the image is when you said, Head, like, we're going to play these shows and then we'll see what happens. Have you guys started writing for a new record? There's been a whole pandemic and I know how into your band you are and things are on a roll creatively. Have you got things written?
We started writing another.
Somehow.
That's information I cannot disclose at this time.
Oh, it's like,
Hey, I got a 20 in my pocket.
yeah, come on.
Pitch in.
I got 100. I got 100.
Yeah. I am flat broke, but it was a good question. So, with that the case, Head, you've been doing Love and Death stuff as well. Did it help you get through the pandemic, Head? Because, KoRn it's a big operation. There's a lot of moving parts. With Love and Death, it's your baby. Did that help you get through the pandemic to be able to create in that time?
Yeah, it's all about like trying to get through the pandemic and help people out because people
real.
need new music. There's been a lot of depression and mental health issues with the pandemic, so we just
Yeah.
this guy's got all these kids bouncing
They do.
around at his house. So why didn't you do a Fear in the Nervous System record?
Because
question.
I
It's a good question.
I don't know.
I know your
really don't
answer.
know.
Hey,
I know your answer. You got a 1-year-old,
She's 2 now.
2-year-old, a 5-year-old,
She's 6.
6, and 9.
Yeah.
Time moves
That's
on,
why.
man.
He's busy.
My kid,
Hey, KoRn, busy.
I was
My
being
daughter-
a substitute teacher.
he was.
You're a substitute
right.
teacher?
Really?
I went
sick.
from rock star to being a 2nd grade teacher in like one day.
right?
Oh, yeah, because
It was a culture shock.
Yeah, that's fair.
My daughter is 23, so I'm like, I could go record all kinds of records.
Hell yeah.
I got all the time in the world.
That's
Well,
fair.
we look forward to that time being put to good use in the future on what may or may not be KoRn new material. Head and Monkey from KoRn.
Yeah,
Thank
baby,
you,
that's
guys.
right.
Brilliant to see you both on stage, guys. Come on.